Is gearing up for the most exciting Earth Hour to date. The annual event encourages everyone to turn off non-essential lights for an hour as a symbol of their commitment to the planet. The international event will take place from 8:30 to 9:30 tonight, South African time. This year, International Environmental Organization Worldwide Fund for Nature is calling on South Africans to participate in an online petition for a greener, more equitable energy future. Now, for more on this, we're now joined by Ellen Davies from the WWF. Ellen, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Now, for someone who doesn't know what Earth Hour is, just put into context for us.
So Earth Hour is a global event that happens on the last Saturday of March every year. This year we're celebrating our 10th anniversary, and it's part of an awareness-raising campaign and a global call to action on governments around the world to take climate change seriously and put measures in place to really combat climate change.
Now, I'm actually glad that you mentioned that it's actually geared at encouraging people to take climate change seriously. I mean, looking at a country like South Africa, we've got so many socioeconomic issues that we face every single day. Do you sometimes think that that then puts environmental issues on the back burner?
I think environmental issues are socioeconomic issues, and I think they're bread and butter issues. If we don't have water to water our crops, that's a real problem for food security, and I think a lot of people realize that. So I don't think that it puts environmental issues on the burner. It's about environmental justice.
Let's look at the issue of renewable energy. That's also a debate that's ongoing in the country. What's your take on how far the country has come in terms of renewable energy?
So we've actually come very far, and we've made a lot of progress. We have a program that's lauded internationally. Unfortunately, what we're seeing now is a bit of a pushback against renewable energy, and our call, part of our petition, which we hope that everyone will sign, please sign it before Earth Hour on our website, is to call on Eskom to actually promote renewable energy rather than putting barriers in place of it.
Let's look at those barriers. You're saying that you want to encourage Eskom to stop putting barriers. What are some of those barriers that you as the WWF have encountered in terms of renewable energy coming to the fore?
So we saw Eskom refusing to sign contracts last year. We also saw them refusing to connect plants that were up and running to the grid. And those are two very strong signals that Eskom's not in support of renewable energy. And there's also a massive push to get nuclear energy approved and online. So those are some of the barriers.
Now, you've mentioned the petition that you're encouraging people to sign. How many people have supported the petition thus far?
We're actually doing very well. We're, I think, over 11,000 signatures thus far, and we're hoping to get up to 20,000 by the end of tonight. So all the viewers, please do sign the petition.
Now, in terms of Earth Hour in general, how does South Africa, in terms of our participation in general, do we do well in that hour in terms of turning things off, or do we still need encouragement?
I think, I mean, like anything, we could always do more, but I think that we've seen a lot of businesses take it up, a lot of private households take it up. Restaurants, for example, are holding candlelit dinners. I do think that there's uptake, and I do think South Africans are generally aware of the importance of raising awareness about climate change.
Now, Ellen, a lot of the time we've got discussions and dialogues about this. I mean, even this right now serves as a discussion about, environmental health, environmental welfare, etc. How do we go beyond the discussions and the talk shops per se and start really acting on some of the issues that we see?
So, I mean, as individuals, there's a lot that we can do. Just in our personal lives, we can be far more aware when we're using water or switch off the lights, etc. But it also takes government, and it takes pressure on government to actually put the mechanisms in place to move the country forward in terms of renewable energy or in terms of water conservation, etc.
Have you found government to be a willing participant in terms of these discussions, or do we still have a long way to go in that regard? Because, I mean, I'd imagine you need policy change, you need policy intervention to really get to where we need to get to.
So again, I mean, in the energy space, government has been very, very good thus far in terms of rolling out renewable energy very quickly and cheaply. But I think we're hitting a bit of a hiatus, and we need a bit of an extra push to get government to continue.
What is that extra push?
I think it takes citizens standing up and saying that we want the cleanest, increasingly cheapest energy source. I think it takes people in the policy space having these discussions. I mean, there's a lot
that can be done.
Yeah.
Now, Ellen, just finally, because we're running out of time now, let's look at some of the other programs that you're going to be embarking on for the rest of the year. We've got Earth Hour today between 8:30 and 9:30 p.m. But what else are you doing in terms of awareness?
So I mean, that's just part of our everyday job. We have numerous things that we do over the course of the year. In terms of a big campaign, this is our big campaign in the energy space, but we're continually working on new research, engaging government, engaging business. Yeah, I mean, it's our work, it's what we do.
Something that you mentioned earlier on was the citizenship and participation in terms of us actually making sure that government takes part in this. Let's look at ground level in terms of schools and making sure that kids also understand what affects the environment. Is that really working out in the country?
I think, I mean, again, a lot more can be done, but I think that what you're seeing is the kids are generally more aware of these issues. It is becoming part of their kind of narrative. I do think we need to do more to raise awareness. I do think that the children are our future, and they're the ones that are going to be sitting with the result of the decisions we make today. So we definitely do need to do more to engage children.
Ellen, we'll have to leave it there. I'll make sure that I turn off the lights between 8:30 and 9:30 this evening. That was Ellen Davies from the International Environmental Organization, WWF. We'll have more news for you after the break. Stay with us.